NEOGEO Arcade 1, and like everyone was wondering about this, would we get Metal Slug on a cart? And the answer is yes, we have. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see hear everyone's thoughts on this. But yeah, Tim, is there anything that stood out for you on the NEOGEO cart?
Well, definitely Metal Slug and King of Fighters. I think King of Fighters on there was something I was really hoping for. I was hoping for like an SNK alpha with these games on. Obviously, it's great that they're on a cart because then I can still get hold of them. And then one day when I do upgrade to get an alpha, I'll be able to play those games on it. So, but I'm still kind of holding out to see if they bring out any more alphas, maybe at the next one, because I've not bought into an alpha yet, but I would like to get one at some point. But once I get one, this might be one of the first carts I put in it, because I think a lot of these games are really fun to play on an arcade stick. Well, can you scroll down again? One of those games that looked, is it Sengoku? Not familiar with that one. I think, Ryan, you said it looked like it might be rubbish. But those sorts of games intrigue me because it looks like it could be rubbish, but also might be really fun. So
that doesn't sound like
very, very, very big in the in the Neo Geo circle, that one. So yeah.
When I saw Magician Law, I was like, oh, I don't recognise that, and then it switched from like the dragon character to like the wizard. I was actually, no, I do remember that very vaguely. Maybe I've seen it in an arcade at some point and briefly played it. I don't know. But yeah, Shock Troopers as well, good one. So Metal Slug, Shock Troopers, and King of Fighters, games that I really like. And then Magician Lord, Ironclad, and Sengoku ones I don't really know. So out of 6 games, 3 that I know and I know that I like, and then 3 new ones that I've will discover for the first time. So that's quite a good mix for me. I quite like, playing old games that I love and also like playing and discovering new ones that I've not seen before. So yeah, this is probably the standout cart for me of the showcase.
Yeah. Ryan, any thoughts on the NEOGEO Arcade 1?
It's positive that Neo Geo is going on to cartridges. So I know a lot of people, especially in the Evercade Hangout, have been, really keen to see Neo Geo on cartridges. And I think this certainly ticks the box. It's disappointing that it's got less games than the Super Pocket has. Hasn't it got? I know we're going to get to that in a minute. There's only 6 games on here. So is this a little bit of an afterthought just to keep people happy, but put the better games behind a paywall on hardware? I don't know. I really don't know. Because, like, to me, Metal Slug isn't as good as the version that's on the Super Pocket, which we will get to in a minute. And I know there's a lot of people who like Metal Slug, but have you played it recently? Because it is hard as nails. Look at what's going on there. It's just so many enemies. It's just, yeah. It's just
some of the boss battles as well, aren't they? Just crazy. There's just like the screen just floods with bullets. You're like, how are you supposed to get past that?
Yeah, it's a shame Ollie Barnett's not here tonight because we played Metal Slug a few years ago on a Raspberry Pi, and we must have put in, like loads and loads of virtual coins to complete it. But after a while, you're just not even looking at what you're doing. You're just pressing the button, and it's just, explosions and debris and stuff just going on, and it goes beyond it being a skilled game. It's literally like you just plow through until you get to the end. But obviously it is a big franchise and people will be happy with that. King of Fighters I think is really good. I know, Tim, you're a big fan of that. I don't know, is King of Fighters 2000, is that a good vintage of King of Fighters?
I don't. There's so many of them, and I've got one of the Pandora's boxes. It's just got King of Fighters like 90 whatever it was all the way through, and I just tend to jump in whichever. So I couldn't really tell you how good 2000 is over like 98 or 99 or any of the others, because they're all of them are quite similar. But yeah, I think it's got Terry Bogard in it, so that's the one I'm always going to go for. So I'm always only ever plays Terry Bogard in those games.
Oh, well, on GameSpot, it's got 7.8 out of 10 rating, so that's good. And as soon as you said Terry Bogard, I thought of, is it Vincent Bogard, the football player? He used to play, or Wes Bogard? He used to play for Chelsea and Ajax years ago. So yeah, I didn't expect to hear that today. But no, it's cool. It's a good cartridge. They're the only 2 games that I know on here. Sengoku looked a bit juddery to me, but I don't know if that was just the video and the playback. It reminded me of Double Dragon 2. or 3, sorry, not 2, Double Dragon 3, how juddery it was, the arcade version. But again, it might have been just, because we were streaming it through this, weren't we? So I don't know, maybe it's not like that. But yes, positive. People will be happy that we've got cartridges and it's not all on hardware. But when we get to the Super Pocket bit in a bit, I'll just add some more to that. But I just want to praise Funstock for being super keen here. They've already emailed me trying to sell me a Super Pocket limited edition.
Amazing. So, Derek, what are you thinking about this SNK cart?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was important that we gave the community a token cart. So, there was something there for them. It wasn't just locked behind hardware. So obviously the key thing with that was to put the most notable games that people will recognize instantly on the cartridge. So like Metal Slug 1, Magician Lord, which also shows up on the Nintendo Wii Neo Geo collection, for instance. If you're happen to have that at home, a copy of that like myself, then you can go and give that a little go. It's hard as nails. You should love it. You might see a couple of screens if you're lucky. Yeah, I mean, that Sendoku beat 'em up. This is down the bottom. I mean, the best one is actually on the Super Pocket, the third one, and that is awesome. Yeah, that's great fun. But yeah, you'll need the Super Pocket for that. But this type of cartridge is aimed at perhaps you don't know about Neo Geo. So you're going to pick up this collection and have a sort of a welcome to it. So yeah, I mean, when you're playing that first Metal Slug or a bit of the King of the Fighters or Shock Troopers, it's going to give you a nice little introduction. I know for hardened Neo Geo fans, they'll want to go and grab that Super Pocket and have that huge experience, especially if you're a massive SNK fan. You will not want to miss out on that red one. So it looks awesome. And for fans of Neo Geo, it's nice for them to have in a collection. I like to think that I can have a physical cartridge and put it straight into something like the Alpha, get that arcade experience. Would I like to have seen more made of Neo Geo cartridges rather than just a token one? Yeah, absolutely. But I appreciate that Blaze make more money out of hardware, and that was the route they wanted to go down. But at least fans have got a cart, and I saw a lot of people saying that they wanted one SNK cart and they would be happy. Well, there's your one cart. Hopefully you're happy. Yeah, and as I say, there's some fun games on there. So hopefully, yeah, people be desperate to see. Perhaps, as I say, remember this is a 2-year deal. There might be another cartridge somewhere down the line. So yeah, hopefully this will tide people over with the Super Pocket, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's a start.
So my thoughts, yeah, day one, all over this. Really happy we've got Metal Slug coming onto cart as well. I think that is the main thing for me. You had to get that and King of Fighters, at least one of them, and at least one of the Metal Slug games on these carts, so that we can then hot swap them around, put them in our alphas, play them on the VS, play them on your Super Pockets and then your XPs and even your OGs. So for me, that rhymed as well. So I'm really happy about this. I'm very happy they've managed to do it. Thank you, Blaze, for sorting that out. And also, like the guy, who is it in here? I was about to mention it. Martin's got it on the nail on the head. He did say the first of Neo Geo, and he used the word carts. So there is definitely more coming. It is an arcade one. It'd be interesting to see what other ones they've got on there. But like I said, the main 2 games I quite like playing. The other ones I haven't played. And I can't remember. This wasn't a Giga cart either, was it? Was
No.
it a £20 cart? So yeah, so this is a £20 cart as well. So even better. You're not having to pay £25 for it. £20. It's a no-brainer. So for me, definitely we'll be picking this up.
I did put in the Evercade Hangout just over a week ago. I put, if an SNK or Neo Geo cartridge is released, how many games on it would you be happy with? And 134 people voted, and 10 was the highest number of games that I let people vote for, and that had 52 votes. But second place was 6 with 22.
It's as if we read their minds.
they've certainly hit the sweet spot there with 22. So yeah, I think I haven't been on the Hangout, but it'll be interested to see what the reaction is on there to this cartridge. Certainly.
Yeah. So if you just come back out and you've got the 3 carts that are announced,